Hey, yo, it's day 58. I'm realizing that this isn't a very good science experiment, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm just not I'm just not cut out for this. It just isn't for me. That's outcome C. You know what I mean? Like I don't write scripts. I can't write a script for what I'm talking about. I don't have time. I barely have time to make these videos, man. Like this was a bad idea, but one of the things that I keep talking about, you got to see it through. And all I mean by that is when you say you're going to do something, follow through. Following through on something is very important. Don't go back on your word. So I don't want to go back on my word, but I know deep in my heart that after that 90-day mark, 98 days, 128 days, whatever, it's it's going to be the same results because the goalpost has been moved. The so-called goalpost, the standard, as it were, it gets moved further and further up to where you're more or less expected as any sort of entertainer, musician, doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, that's all I want to do is make music. But I can't. I'm not allowed. I have to make a film. You know what I mean? I have to make a movie every day. But can't do that. They've moved the goalpost too far. So the point of the science experiment, there's always a social experiment going on with me. Always. It's just something that I find interesting. Something to help my monkey brain pass the time. I come up with these sort of wonder what happens if I do this sort of sort of things. Um, but it's all from the heart, Like it's because I genuinely want to know what will happen. So I showing up for at least 90 days, off of the theory, off of the hypothesis. Man, fuck that. I'm not. I'm not starting this shit over. Can you really just show up for 90 days and be yourself? Warts and all, just like that. That was perfect, actually, for my point. Like, is it enough? Is it truly enough? Are you truly enough? Well, yeah, it's a little bit of a dark experiment, isn't it? But I like to be able to call people out on their bullshit. It's something I try to do to myself daily. You gotta check yourself, man, before you check anybody else. So how am I gonna sit here and try to critique the world around me if I'm not first and foremost making sure that I'm doing the best that I can? But then, you got to figure that everybody else is doing the best that they can too. But I don't know, case by case basis. Anyway, that's a whole nother set of videos. I don't want to get on too big of a ramble here, but I do not write any scripts because I don't have time to do that and edit video and do all. Again, it goes back to the point of the expectation being so far ahead. So much for just the regular working class person to put together. And they say, well, you need a team around you. We don't all have that luxury. Some of us are very socially isolated for whatever reason. Some of us live kind of in the middle of nowhere. Some of us, don't have that community around us that is interested in the same things. So you can't just hire a dozen people to help you. Like, who has that kind of money in this economy? I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a. I think he's a teenager, um, riding around in a golf cart with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag on the back, listening to "Fuck the Police," but they're related to a cop, I think, because one frequently goes over there. just to chat. A firefighter too. I just find that very interesting. Anyway, um, but yeah, the whole point of the science experiment is it's basically me going, you know something, world, I think you're full of shit when you tell people that, oh, just show up and be yourself. That's enough. That's inaccurate. That's my strong sense of justice poking through there. Like, nope, that's inaccurate. That's a lie by omission. You're leaving something out there. It's not enough to just show up and be yourself, and I can prove it. That's what I'm doing here, and at least a half dozen or so of you are here to watch. I like that. Yeah, there's way more subscribers than that, but this channel is like 11 years old and has gone through many different iterations. But at the end of the day, it's a music vlog. It's something I hope that my son can watch one day when he's much older, because he's not watching this shit anytime soon. I'll tell you that. Nah. Again, I'm not editing this out. I can't be bothered. Uh, I frankly don't have the social battery to do this as much as I have been doing it. But again, one of the themes that I'm trying to push through here for, the person who hopefully sees this one day is, got to see it through, my boy. When you say you're going to do something, you got to follow through on it. So be careful what you say. I love colloquialisms, and this one is appropriate. Don't let your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash. And we'll leave on that one.